on our way to the Country Style Cook-Off in Blenheim, South Carolina. Blenheim, South Carolina. Enjoy your work, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. Enjoy your work. I ain't gonna hold you up. Just want to speak.
Where do I start? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Where do I start?
So you say you're from
Indiana.
Indiana.
State of Five chapter,
And
2003.
how did you hear about, besides the internet and YouTube, how did you hear about this?
Just YouTube, man. Just scanning the YouTube station and caught up on some black stuff. And, you know, they had some good content and looking at the whole hall report, but today is going to be my day. So I may end up in the hospital
Oh
after
no!
this.
You hear me? You know for it. And now you got the bubble. I might get a plate to go.
Yeah. This is my beautiful wife, Lonnie.
What's your name? Rhonda's a pleasure to meet you. Gary. I'm Gary. Yeah, Gary.
Yes, sir. Let's get started.
Gary.
How you doing? I remember you from like the first season, I think, and he came and visited you guys. Okay, now tell me your name again.
My name is Carolyn. I'm with Blenheim. I am a bookkeeper, and I live in Blenheim, South Carolina. And these are all my co-founders I have, and they all take my favorite or my wristband. I have these guys around big arms, and I put them on my big arms. And this year I have some blueberry dip and lobster lemonade and all that stuff.
Wow, okay. This is wonderful because I really want to come check y'all out. I may be back in a little bit, okay? Good to meet you. All right. Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my show. A little bit about the Country Style 2024 Cook-Off. Had a chance to go down there with my wife, my brother, his friend, and we had a wonderful time. I cannot say enough positive things about this particular event. Art Fennell and the crew, his brothers, his lifelong friends, and people in the community really worked together to build a great event for that community. As far as I know, it's one of the largest events, not only in South Carolina, but in the Southeast as well. If I had to say one thing about this event, I would say, and my wife came up with this particular idea. She said it's like homecoming. And it really did feel like that. It felt like people you hadn't seen for a long time. You were glad to see them. There was a lot of revelry, a lot of good times. So I really had a great time. I think everybody attended had a great time. I just want to recap a little bit about what you just saw. As you see, there's a lot of people out there. It was extremely hot, extremely hot. I would suggest, well, I'll get into that a little bit later. So whenever you talk about a particular event, you have to talk about the do's and don'ts, right? Those things that were positive, those things that were negative or could have been done better. So I'm going to start off with the positive, those things that I thought were very positive. First of all, we just had a great time. It was a lot of fun. The atmosphere was festive and enjoyable, so we had a great time. Lots of fun. Lots of activities for you to do with regards to the people and the vendors and the participants. So it was just a good time. You know, a lot of kids were there, so it's a family event, family affair. A lot of old folks, some people in those little scooters, and they were struggling a little bit. That heat was kicking ass out there. Excuse my language. Good food, great food. I didn't sample that much because I don't trust that heat and the grease and all that kind of stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I had a little sample, but I think my wife sampled well, my brother sampled well, and the great thing about it is you can sample all day. Once you pay, you get that wristband. You can go to various vendors and competitors and sample. No, not vendors, competitors. The vendors, of course, is a cash or pay affair. And plenty of good people, I guess, is the next thing I would say. Good people. Everybody that was there for a good time. We didn't see any hostility, no pushing, shoving, people with bad attitudes, that kind of thing. It was just, it was like homecoming. It was people were there just to have a good time and celebrate and fellowship. So those were the positive things that I felt about this particular event. I think that Art and his crew did a great job. You can tell that they put a lot of time, energy, and effort into it. So I applaud and salute them. And I would be glad to come back next year. Now, just as we talk about the positive, we also have to talk about what could have been done better. And the only thing I can really think of, that could have been done better would have been instructions, a little bit of better instructions for those who are coming in. Just so you know exactly where to enter, where the tent city was, where can, people kind of putting up tents wherever, which is fine. I mean, if they don't have a problem with it, I don't have a problem with it. They could have also just giving a few directions a little bit better. Also the restrooms, it was starting to back up a lot as far as the crowd was going. We were seated near them, and so just a few more restrooms, I guess. Maybe separate the men from the women so women don't have to go through all that all that nastiness. But add about 5 or 10 more porta potties. That would help. Let's see what else. That's really about it. I think they gave adequate instructions, but just a little bit more in depth would help a little bit, okay? Now, as you saw in the video, it was very hot, lots of people. Everybody's in good spirits. So I really didn't have anything negative to say. So I just wanted to talk about things that could have done better. But lastly, if you're going to attend this event next year, which is usually held around Juneteenth and Father's Day weekend, but if you're going to attend this particular event, what I would suggest, there are certain things that you're going to have to do in order to truly participate and have fun at this event. Bring a pop-up tent. Bring a pop-up tent. That is very important. You need shade. You know, there's the trees out there, but you can't always get shade under the shade tree. Water, ice. They have vendors out there who sell cold drinks, but just to be on the safe side, always carry some water, some ice, cooler, that kind of thing. Gatorade, something that's going to keep your electrolytes up. Light and airy clothing. That's a must. I wouldn't dress anything other than linen or light twill, something like that, something rayon, something real light. A hat for shade, hats and sunglasses. That's going to help a lot. All right, and a towel. You know, a towel you can wet, put it around your neck, keep your temperature down a little bit. So basically, those are just some things. A chair, of course, bring a chair. But those are some things that I thought would be beneficial at the country style cook-off. Country style cook-off. My wife and I plan on going again next year. Hopefully, we'll have more people with us so we can have an even better time. But if you saw the video, you saw some of the clips. It was a great time had by all. I couldn't say one negative thing about this affair or this event. Art Fennell, his family and friends and community have done a great job. And I would suggest and recommend that anybody who loves barbecue, loves good music, and good people, come on down to Blenheim, South Carolina. That's right, Blenheim, South Carolina, home of the world-famous Blenheim Ginger Ale. But come on down to Blenheim, South Carolina, Bennettsville, and just have a good time. You know, it starts at around 11 o'clock for all concerned, and it ends around 9 o'clock. But I mean, it's really a whole day and affair. We left early, and people were still coming in, and so I can't say enough about the event. It was great. It was wonderful. I had a great time and plan on coming again. So if Mr. Fennell and the family see this, thank you all for a wonderful time. Great food, great time, and we look to see you again. See you later.